Gary, we want to thank you for joining us on the show here today in their boots. This is our first guest we've had live from Iraq. You're coming with us. You're coming to us live from Camp Victory, as I understand. Thanks for taking the time out of your night there.
My pleasure, Jen.
We want to start things off by getting right into where you're at currently in life. When we left you in the real story, you had just stepped off on your tour. And now to kind of fast forward things and get our audience up to speed, you've now been in country for 4 months. Can you talk about how things have been and how you're doing?
Actually, things have been great. Work long hours every day. I actually had a month of training in South Carolina before I came over here. So I've only been in country for about 3 months, vice 4 months. But they keep us real busy. We have everything that we need here, but everything's going great.
Well, good. I guess I want to be sure to ask you what do you find one of the hardest things as far as being deployed and still trying to be a father to your children?
I'd say that one of the hardest things is just seeing pictures that my wife sends to me all the time, which is great. But to see my children changing as much as they even over the few months that I've been gone, and not being able to be home to experience those changes and to be with them. Also, my wife tells me that my daughter Olivia always asks for me and tells Amanda that she misses me, and it breaks my heart, and I miss them very much too. So I think that those things are the hardest things.
You talked about the pictures that Amanda sends your way, and I know for me, during my time there, I didn't have any little ones that were missing me or anything else, but my family and a few groups that were looking out for me while I was over there would send packages, and I know that was the highlight of my life, was getting word that I had something sitting at the post office for me, or emails that were showing up. Can you talk about the importance of staying connected like that?
Absolutely, and that's one of the main things that I do. Other than coming home, that's one of the biggest things that I look forward to is getting a package from home. My wife sends me packages frequently, which is good, and she sends me pictures and every once in a while of videos of the kids. That really does help.
How do you feel about Amanda being at home and rearing the kids all on her own?
Um, I feel bad that she has to be at home alone. And it really is a lot of work. Take care of the kids, taking care of the house. Um, I could be, but I know that she's a very strong woman, and that she's got everything under control.
Yeah. How do you find yourself trying to stay connected to your children? What kind of efforts are you making in that regard?
I try to at least once a week. I try to call home early enough so that way I can talk. Even the 1-year-old, obviously he doesn't say much back, but at least he gets to hear my voice. Do get to have actual water. So at least once a week I call, and wife keeps me very well informed of what's going on with my children. So,
Gary, I guess to kind of step back from the children, how do you and Amanda, how are you staying connected as a couple?
we're always in constant communication, whether it be or even phone calls. I try to call as much as I can. My communication here is actually much better than what it was when I was on the submarine. So communication has been great, and that is one thing that I'm taking advantage of.
Gary, I want to ask you, do you have any final thoughts on how your deployment's going, or how you're coping with the separation from your family?
Separation from family is always hard. Even when I was on board a submarine for 3 years. It was just as hard then as it is now. It's always hard to leave the family, but I guess the more you do it, the more you understand and are able to cope with it better. Thus far, the deployment's been going really smooth. I'm in a routine now. We work long hours, but it does make the time go by quickly.
Well, good. Well, Gary, we want to thank you for being a part of the show today, and taking the time out of your day. I know they've got you busy there, like you were saying, and thank you for sharing your story with us and allowing us to meet your family.
It's my pleasure, Jan.
All right, well, stay strong over there. Watch your six, and we'll see you back here in a few.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Just like the Raymonds, most families with deployed loved ones rely heavily on digital cameras and computers to help bridge the gap during the separation. Check out the Solutions tab on our website, where you can find a link to Operation Homefront. This is an organization that works to provide this technology to military families. So whether you're interested in their services or looking to donate equipment in their direction to help the cause, check them out on our site. When we come back from the break, we're going to be talking with our expert this week on, again, the more in-depth look at the deployed service members and how they deal with separation. If you haven't sent your questions our way, be sure to do that, and we'll be talking to you after the break. Stick around.
Bastogne, Okinawa, Incheon, Da Nang, Desert Storm, Baghdad. Stare at photos like these and I think about the men and women who never made it back and wonder why I did. Some vets wonder who was luckier. If you have days like that and they turn into weeks and months, there's something you need to do before they turn into years or worse. Call the National Veterans Foundation. There's always a vet by the phone to advise you on VA issues, help out with drug and alcohol problems, or just listen and really understand. I'm Dan Lauria. I was proud to serve my country during Vietnam, and now I'm proud to serve the National Veterans Foundation. We've been around for over 20 years. Since wars don't seem to be going away anytime soon, neither will we. You can count on it.
War happens, and we must be prepared. They are fought on different soils, and for very different reasons. Each generation has and must push through their own. Through the generations, the same loyal breed has served for what was right. So come and join your brothers and sisters.
Veterans, log on and find your local post today.